of noise that is generated in these discussions, and the challenge for your viewers and for all of us is to not get deviated by the noise, but to hear the truth of the situation. Now, as humanity, we are a work in progress. There is a simple reality that there are 5 great powers that hold vetoes in the United Nations. That's a fact. Kenya does not have a veto. Pakistan, India do not have vetoes. They're not even permanent members of the Council, and the list goes on. But within this imperfect, evolving system that we have, we need to apply the law more effectively. Now, when it comes to Africa, look at where we are. I've opened investigations in Venezuela, in the Philippines. We're looking at the Islamic State, Khorasan, and Taliban in Afghanistan. I've applied for warrants that were issued in Georgia. We have an investigation, and judges have issued warrants in Ukraine. These are not African countries. And of course, the argument goes beyond that, because before Rwanda, before the Rwandan tribunal, we had the Yugoslav tribunal. These were not African countries. Cambodia is not an African country. And in the majority of situations that the court is active in the continent, they've been referred by the states themselves. There are these exceptions, the Article 15 prior motor powers that the previous prosecutors have used. But I think in my term already, we're trying to build more partnerships with Africa. I've been invited after a gap of 17 years to the last 2 African Union heads of state summits in Addis Ababa. I've just come from the Association of Caribbean States in Guatemala with the GRULAC, the Latin American and Caribbean group. So we're trying to build partnerships everywhere, and I'm trying to create a dynamic in which it doesn't matter if it's me that's the prosecutor or it's the ICC's flag that's behind a judge. We have to find partnerships so the national authority can do better, and regional authorities, regional organizations, whether it's the East African Community or ECOWAS or any other organization, SADC, they can actually take their role as respected international entities to make sure that there's a greater protection for more of humanity from these worst violations, because what we're dealing with is not politics, actually. Everything is in a political environment, but which of your viewers would support or try to defend genocide or war crimes or crimes against humanity? This continent has felt it more than any other in recent times, because we just had the commemoration of the Rwandan genocide. That was next door. And in 100 days, 700,000-800,000 people were butchered. So these are African values. Rome Statute principles are African values, and I think this is also something we need to underline. The fight for justice, Kenya has a very important and proud role to applaud itself. Look at from independence. It was the fight, the struggle, the demand for equality. No white highlands anymore. No apartheid, no yoke of colonialism keeping people down, but a principle, as the US Constitution says, that we believe in these basic inalienable rights, that all men and women are created equal. And the Rome Statute system that now I have the responsibility of leading in terms of prosecution has to build these partnerships, and I think that's what we're trying to do. Indeed.